we'll begin. So if you're joining me live on Facebook, please leave a comment, suggestion, anything that you feel is necessary and that I can help you with. I do reply to those comments. It may take me just a little bit of time after class to get to that. So find something comfortable to sit on. A blanket, have some blocks handy. Wow, so this class is going to be tapas. That's the topic for August. And tapas, not the kind of that is an hors d'oeuvre, but tapas meaning one of the niyamas or 10 of the philosophy points in yoga. The self-observances is that of self-discipline, where we're checking in with ourselves. Where are we putting our attention and focus? We'll start our class today with just some breathing and a mudra, Vajra Pradama, which is simply unshakable trust mudra. Bring the hands to the heart, interlacing the fingers, and pause for a moment. And breathe that in. The inquiry of where are we putting our focus and attention? Where our focus goes, or attention goes, our focus goes, so flows our actions. And our actions in turn create where we are and our experiences in life. So placing attention on violence promotes violence. Placing our attention on peace promotes peace. Placing our attention and our awareness on what matters most to you. So this could be something tangible today that you're managing. Maybe the attention is to finish a project or to start a project or make a phone call or make amends. Hello. Whatever that is, just bring your attention and your mind's eye. What action would you need to really focus on to make that happen today? When that's in your awareness, life flows towards your dreams. Inhale, let's open the palms. Open the heart. Exhale, simply in a cat-cow. Move the spine forward and back, easily opening and closing. Inhale. Last time, exhale. And plant the hands down into the earth. Earth Mudra, plugging pointer finger and middle finger. Akash and space into the earth, and then we'll raise them up, Akash and space, to the sky or ether and the space, and then exhale, plug them back into the earth. So the fingers represent the 5 elements, and the elements of air and ether or space are in the first and second pointer finger and ring finger. And as we direct the energy of air and space upward, we're moving prana. As we move it and plug it into the earth, we're drawing in the earth's energy, determination, strength. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, plug back into the earth. One more time. Earth and sky, the vast energy of what we view as space in the ether, and then what we view as matter, the earth. Structured, unstructured. Bringing the two together really promotes our well-being. Let's bring it over to the right. And a nice side flexion. We need both structure and creativity, or the air and space to be creative, to create the matter or create the action, the goal that we're looking for. Inhale back to center, up and over the second side. And if this is just your wake up today, notice areas of the body that might be stuck or really need more breath, enlightenment, and liveliness. Just notice where you're at. Inhale, bring the palms towards the sky as you interlace the fingers and stretch the side body long. Breath in, big breath out. One more time. This time with the twist. Let's go to the right. Looking behind you, then take your eyes forward and then your head follows. And take your eyes back and your head follows. Exhale. Inhale, turning the head. But the head's not the leader. The eyes are leading. One more time. Forward and then take it back. And all the way forward. It's so nice to have pets sometimes that come and help us come be in our space. Can be a very calming connection. My cat Perry is visiting today. Exhale, turn the head back. Inhale, turn the head forward. Exhale, your eyes look back over the shoulder and inhale. Forward one last time. Bring it back to center, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, down to your knees, circumduction. So a lot of this will be familiar if you've been practicing with me this month. I like to do similar routine and then do some additions or add-ons or mix-ups so that we see some ways in which we are getting better emotionally, physically, and mentally. This one is one of those postures that takes coordination. We're going to keep the head still, move the spine in circumduction, and then speed it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If you just had breakfast, this doesn't feel good. I just ate a banana. So 2 and 1 and release. Hopefully when you come into these practices, it's on an empty stomach. Yoga is very much more accessible to go deeper on an empty stomach. So you wait a few hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours, depending on how much you've eaten, before you start to practice. So let's bring the belly around. So if you had breakfast at 7 and it's 9:30, you're good. Or if you have not had breakfast yet, just water, you're good there. Let's speed it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Regular breath. And hopefully you have a morning routine that really does wake you up. Mine involves movement in some way, meditation in some way, which is mindfulness, so quiet walk and a breath practice and water. So walk, water, mindfulness, breath. And we're doing the breath right now. We'll take you into a breath practice. Let's pull the front leg back. Bhastrika breath, we'll do 3 rounds, 12 repetitions each round. The arms come overhead and you inhale through the nose, exhale forcefully through the mouth. Ha! 12 times. Here we go. Ha! 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 4 more. Ha! 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 And hook the thumbs, bring the arms overhead and hold the breath in. Draw up from the pelvic floor, which is a Mula Bandha lift, and then you lift the navel towards the spine. Keep pressing the energy or prana, like you're going to push it from the base of the pelvic floor out through the crown of the head, right here, like a well spout. And then exhale and bring your hands to your heart center twice more. So we'll take a regular breath in between and then begin. Ha, 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 ha. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring the arms overhead and hold the breath. With Mula Bandha. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. With the blood rusher flowing back into the arms. Regular breath. 1 more repetition. Begin. Ha, 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 ha. 2 more. Ha. Last one. Ha. And then hit the thumbs again. Reach the arms overhead. Breathe in. Hold at the top. Pelvic floor lift. Navel lift. Energy lift. And release and exhale. Pull the hands to the center of the heart. Together. Shoulder roll forward, up, back, and down. Make sure that you have released any tension. And then come forward onto the hands and knees. Bring your blanket. If you'd like to have some extra padding, I'm going to do that today because it feels good. Onto a cat-cow. Extend the spine forward. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. So we're just getting the spine. And generally, it's full mobility. Take the hips back to the heels in child's pose, not to rest there. So we're moving forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Again. One more time forward, extend the right leg back. And then press through the heel, toe, heel, a little pulse forward and back. If you've been with me for any length of time, this is one of my staples. I like to wake up the whole posterior chain and more just keep the leg straight and open the calf. So we'll take the leg from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock, sweep it to the side, plant the foot and press the hip back to the heel. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Oh, and then sweep the leg back to 6 o'clock. Open the knee, shoulder, stacking, hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder. Reach the right arm overhead. Bend at the elbow, place the hand behind the head and press. So in this way, we get to open the side body so much here. Big extension. And the head's not relaxed, it's pushing back. It's pushing back. You're creating your own resistance here. So don't be lost on me here. Put your focus and attention, press the head back, keep that determination. Some things are hard and risky, but they're necessary in order for us to meet our dreams. Inhale, reach the right arm up, right leg coming to a 90 degree. Exhale, extend overhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Sometimes we have to go through the motion to reach the destination. Bend the knee, clasp the top of the foot, push the foot into the hand. We have to go through it in order to get to it. Open it up through the heart, through the clavicle, shoulder, pin the ribs in. All right, we don't want them flying open. You got to protect your low back. Release the hand and the foot. We're going to keep the right leg elevated as the right arm comes down and square the shoulders, coming into a three-legged down dog. Rotate through the ankle. Let's go both directions. Squaring the hip. Glide into a top of a push-up. We're going to keep that right leg elevated. Press into the right hand and then extend the left arm forward. Uneven balance. We're going for a little bit of a challenge here. You could also bring the knee to the floor. Plant the left hand. Lift all the way back up into downward facing dog. And step the right leg forward through top of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips into pyramid. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the hips into pyramid. You just get to open up the legs right here one more time. And then we'll take it faster 10 times. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Through the nose, through the mouth. Three more. Two more. One more. Step back. Take a downward facing dog. Inhale into a high push-up position. Bring your right knee to the floor and press back through the left heel. We're going to take it on the second side, that whole sequence. I remember it, so just stay with me. You don't have to remember anything, but just follow. Your hands plugged into the earth. Put your focus and attention and awareness into the pads of the fingers. So we fire it up, even though we don't have to. I don't want you sinking into your wrist. Take your back leg from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Sweep it to the side. Press your hips back to the heels. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, push the heels back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Oh, hello. Sweep the leg back to 6 o'clock. Spin that the knee and stack shoulder on shoulder, hip on hip. We're coming back into side plank. Bend the top arm. Place it at the base of the head or the bulky part of the head. Right, the widest part of the skull. And then open the side body long, stretching the elbow overhead, planting your left foot. And extend the arm to the sky, the leg comes up horizontal, exhale. Release to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift and hold, bend the knee, clasp the top of the foot, press back. Supercharged. Yes. Breathe. Release. Keep the leg elevated, the left arm comes down. We've been doing this for a while. Turn the toe under. The challenge here is to bring the weight forward into the fingers, push the floor away so the weight's more in the hands and then the back leg can stay elevated. Rotate through the ankle. We'll go both directions here. And float into the top of a push-up. So the left leg is going to be hip height. You're holding strong. Squeeze and hug to midline and then reach the right arm forward. So now we're opposing the arms, opposition, seesaw principle. Pull the low belly in, Find your balance, plant the hand, step all the way through. Low lunge, inhale, raise the hips. And you know the drill. If your fingers are not touching the floor, or you're really putting a lot of pressure on the hamstring, take a block and put it underneath your hands. So you're up a little bit more. Because we're going to speed this up. Here we go. Inhale, exhale 10 times. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Step back. Downward facing dog. And that's the whole sequence. You did it. Inhale, coming into the top of a push-up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. One more time. And exhale. Lift the belly, press the hips back. Come up onto the tops of the toes, bend the knees and jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Bring the palms together at your heart center and take a little shoulder roll. Drink some water. We're getting into some very hot days. I'm going to keep ourselves hydrated. So let's bring the arms overhead. Active stance, so feet into the floor. I'll face you. The balls of the feet drawing towards the heels, pull the ribs in, clasp the hand around the wrist and take it up and over in a side half moon shape. Holding, lengthening, not collapsing. This would be a collapse, so I'm hanging out in the side, but I want to pull that side rib off the hip and lengthen up and over. So while they are, come up to center, let's take it on the other side. While the rib is coming towards the hip, I'm going to keep pulling the rib away from the hip. So we are in fact holding the length or a steady energy in the underside, so this other side can open even more. Bring it back to center and then hook the thumbs here like a butterfly wings. Press the palms straight forward and then lift the sternum to the sky. We're leaning back, taking this into a back bend. And then release the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees to get there. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. Press the heels to the floor. Now, I want to take you through a chaturanga sequence. We're going to do 5 of these for arm strengthening and balancing. Come into a high plank position and then draw the belly in and up and push your hips towards the sky until they're even with your shoulders. And then let your heart melt towards the floor until it's even with the shoulders. So we've got a plank. The whole back is a plank. Then bring the knees to the floor. Bend your elbows and lower that plank halfway to the floor. And then press it back up. Halfway to the floor. Elbows hugging in. Shoulders do not come up to your ear. Press back up. And this is common. We bend and the shoulders come up to the ears and then you're stuck right here. Broaden the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades down the back, and then you can keep bending the elbows. It does offer some strengthening to different muscles, and it brings your awareness into other areas of the body. Let's do that one more time. Shoulder blades down away from the ear, or shoulders down away from the ear, shoulder blades on the back. Press back up. Whew. One more time. Yes, this is my second class and I have done this again. So that's the third. If you want to bring the knees off, Press it all the way back into a downward facing dog. Ah, you got it. That's it. A deep breath in and a deep breath out. Reach the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, and here we're going to open up at the hip. Rotate the ankle again if you'd like. And then step all the way through to a low lunge. Coming off the wrist, bring your forearm to the thigh and side angle. So we'll face the side wall. Reach the arm again overhead. Bend the elbow and press the head back into the hand. Reach the arm all the way up into warrior two. Gaze over the front fingers. Super steady and strong. Reverse the warrior. Yeah. Back into warrior two. Now touch the fingers to the ground. So we're going a little bit deeper here. Coming back up into warrior two. Straighten the front leg and take a triangle pose. So the shift, the hand comes to the shin, and we'll reach the left arm up to the sky. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Simply bring the left hand to the floor. Pop your back heel up and reach the right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, take it towards the back wall, down to the floor in a big circle. Forward, inhale, up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and one up. One more time. And we're going to turn the whole torso towards the right. So as the hand comes up, pull your front heel back. So it's mid-mat. Push down through that foot. Push through the outer edge, blade of your left foot. Now your foot may not be used to this position. So it might be sickled or pointed. So it's like you're stepping on the floor. Your foot, both feet are flat. And this one that's straight is on the edge or blade of the foot. And then reach the right arm overhead. So we're in side plank. And then we'll take the arm down. Exhale, inhale, raise it up. Exhale, lower the hip, stay out of the shoulder. Inhale, lift up, shoulders behind the wrist. One more time. And step it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale into the top of a push-up. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Full vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale, we're going to do the same trick here. Open the knee, rotate through the ankle. Same movement, step all the way through. Low lunge, side angle as you press the back heel. Bring your elbow to the knee and the side wall, bend the elbow. Press the head into the hand and open the side body. Super long and tall. Hello, Perry. Perry the cat. Inhale, let's come all the way up into warrior two. Gazing over the front fingers. Reverse the warrior. Right arm down. Left arm comes up. Back through warrior two, side angle. This time touching the earth. You can pet your beautiful pets if they're around. Inhale, bring it back up, straighten the leg. Triangle pose. Hold 3, hold 2, very strong and stable. The energy here and the focus is pushing into the floor. So we are supporting the posture, not collapsing into it. Bring the right arm down, hold the back heel up and come into a low lunge. Left arm reaching up on the inhale and then spin it around towards the back wall. Forward and up, inhale, exhale, back and down. forward, up. And again, a third time. Plant your right hand pretty solid. Spin, stack shoulder on shoulder, hip on hip. Lift the hip, don't let it wander to the floor here. Make sure your shoulder's behind the wrist. We're in side plank. I'm gonna step that forward a little bit more. Yeah, that takes the pressure off the wrist. And then lower the hip, lower the arm. Inhale, lift the hip, lift the arm, exhale, lower. Notice the back foot. I'm not touching my ankle. So many people do. You're going to pretend that you're stepping on the floor. Push through the inner ball and heel of that standing foot. One more time. All the way up. Press into the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back into downward facing dog. From here, come into a high plank, lower the knees, come all the way onto the floor, belly, head, release and relax for a moment. So allow yourself to rest. Rotate through the wrist, bringing the hands to your side. And with the hands, palms facing the floor, right here at your side, you're going to lift the feet off the ground. So the toes are pointed straight back. Tops of the feet pointing down. And we elevate the lower legs and then lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Shake the hips side to side. We're going to put that with the upper torso. So the arms come straight out, bend the elbows in goalposts. And just the upper body lifts. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This is easier if your arms are at your side. You could do it here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. In fact, let's do that. Arms at your side. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good. Wiggle the hips. Then we'll put it together, lifting the legs off the ground. Now you're going to hold the feet in that position. Bring your arms back into goalpost. Inhale, raise the head, neck, and shoulders. Keep the elbows lifted, or keep the feet lifted. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Legs stay elevated. Exhale, only the torso comes down. Inhale, both are off the earth. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, keep it high. And exhale, release to the earth. And shake the hips side to side. So we're building some strength in the posterior chain, like all the way from the back base of the neck to the heels. Your hamstrings are engaged. The erector spinae muscles are engaged. There's some low back muscles, some glute muscles, it should be charged and feel difficult. Okay, we're gonna do it another one, so twice. We're just gonna do one more of those. Bring the forehead to the floor, same thing, arms in goalposts, same thing. Lift and elevate the back legs off the earth. Inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, lower down, just the head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, legs stay elevated, torso comes to the earth. Inhale, lift, both at the same time. Hold the legs high. Exhale, lower. More. Squeeze the inner thighs. Channel the energy into the inner thighs. I'll light one more. I really want you to feel the inner thighs. And then bring it all the way down. And shake the hips. Nicely done. Bend the right knee. Reach around, clasp the top of the foot, draw the ankle, heel in towards the glute. Now, if that's easy for you, and you're feeling the heel automatically touch the glute, just raise the torso slightly so the forehead's on the forearm, or a little bit more so the forearm's underneath you, and the hand travels down towards the shin, and you still put that same pressure on the top of the foot. Hello, love. The cat's wanting a lot of attention today. Yes. Hi. I love you. Okay. Go ahead and release that leg all the way to the earth. Second side. Bend the left knee. Keep the left knee planted. So you're going to bring your right hand underneath, clasp the top of the foot, draw the heel towards the glute. If that's easy enough, you're going to prop the torso up slightly. Bring the hand down the shin. Keep the shoulder open. And take this in any variation that works for you and is challenging and safe, supportive. And then release all the way back to the earth. And we'll take our back bend. Today is Dhanurasana, or bow pulling pose. Sometimes when I say the words, somebody asks me, what do those words mean? Actually, the meaning is bow pose. Dhanurasana means bow pulling pose. So I'm saying it in Sanskrit, which is a different language, and then giving you the English translation. Yoga is a modality that's practiced all over the world, and it's used, we practice it with the ancient language of Sanskrit. So if you are learning or becoming more familiar with the words, you know, it's now we can go to any country, do yoga, and still have that familiarity. If only we could travel. Right now, we're not traveling. Okay, so bring the forehead to the floor. Bend the knees. We'll do this twice. So your knees are bent, and then hamstring curl to bring the heels closer to the glute as much as you can. And then you'll wrap the hands around the top of the foot if that's available, one or both. So if you're doing it one at a time, the opposite leg will come to the earth, and then you'll pull in a single leg bow pulling pose. Lift, hold for 5 counts or breaths. If you're a double leg bow pulling, squeeze the inner thigh, lift a little higher. Already 3 breaths. Let's take 2 more. And 1 more. Release to the earth. Rest for a moment. And if you're single leg, you're going to switch. Opposite hand and knee stays on, leg stays on the ground. Press the foot up into the hand. Lift into bow pull if you've got bow pulling pose. If you've got a hold of both feet, clasp the ankles. And then if you want a variation, you can roll to the side. Open the shoulder more. Feet are still kicking back. Come back to center. Roll the opposite direction. And that really requires a lot from your obliques, your belly. Raise it back up. It's already 5 breaths. And release to the floor. So just showing you some fun variations. Take the legs all the way down, shake the hips. And then bring your elbows underneath you, pull the ribs in. Sphinx pose, take the pressure and weight off the low back. And please don't get discouraged in these back bends. If you have back issues, you're going to feel it and you're going to modify. But the more you strengthen and lengthen your back, the better off it will be. And part of the support from the low back comes from strengthening the inner thighs and keeping them intact. Part of the support of the low back comes from pulling the belly in. And right here in Sphinx, if you lift the ribs towards the back body, you can start to lengthen out the low back. Even just a little bit of movement and noticing what happens in the body can inform you and put you into a greater skill set of protecting the low back. It's not about whether or not you can bend the back. That's not the issue here. It's whether or not we can support the low back in an extension. Okay. So from here, walk the hands out, press the palms into the mat, lift the heart more, pull the ribs in, shoulders down, and then release. We're building muscle. Exhale, press into the mat, lift, elbows off the earth, lengthen. I'm squeezing the inner thigh. My whole body is strong. Exhale, I'm in no way relaxing at all anywhere in the body. Once I do, I'm started pushing my low back. So this takes a strong connection into the back feet, pushing down. Equally, I'm pushing down with my hands to straighten the elbows. And then exhale, the elbows come down, pull them underneath. Lift the belly off the earth and press the hips back. And we're now in Anahatasana or heart melt pose. If you bring the knees under and maybe take them a little bit wider, press all the way back into child's pose. Okay, release the low back completely. Big breath in. Big breath out. And help yourself to Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. The thighs are parallel. We upright the torso, interlacing the fingers to your heart. Hold here. Unshakable trust mudra. Check in. Where is the tension? Release it. Oh, we just lost power for a moment there. Bring the hands back to the earth. On the hands and knees, extend the left leg out, right arm comes forward, bend, raise. Bend the back knee, reach around, clasp the top of the foot and press.